Breaking this evening, US President Donald Trump is set to meet Chinese President Xi Jinping tomorrow morning in Seoul on the sidelines of that big meeting that's taking place there between Trump and the South Korean leadership. It will be the Chinese president's meeting with Trump that will hold all the public attention. The first meeting since Donald Trump took over as president for a second time in January, and it comes amidst the tariff logjam that has threatened the world trade order. First meeting, as I said, since Trump started his second term, and importantly, Donald Trump has also hinted at a trade deal with India. Our diplomatic affairs editor Geeta Mohan joins us. Geeta, give us the significance of this meeting that's likely to take place tomorrow morning. Why are the eyes on the world on the Trump-Xi meeting?
Like you very rightly pointed out, it's a very important meeting. It comes at the back of a tariff war that has been unprecedented between the US and China. But it also comes with a very composed China that couldn't handle Trump the last time around. But this time around, they've known exactly where to hit America the hardest. And therefore, we're looking at them coming back to the talking table, the negotiations that are underway. The two teams met in Malaysia on the sidelines of the summit over there, the ASEAN summit, and now we're looking at a broad framework that the leaders could discuss. Such important, complicated issues do require leadership-level intervention, and that's what we are going to see over here. That Xi Jinping and Donald Trump giving out that political message that the two sides and the delegations on both the sides now need to start working on not just the framework that they will be discussing, but also ensuring that they inch closer to close that trade deal between the two countries. Is the trade deal going to be signed tomorrow? Most likely not, because that's not in place yet. But yes, a certain political message that they need to come to a conclusion, bring that trade deal to a conclusion, so the leaders can be there or the two countries can sign it.
The importance, of course, from an Indian perspective is many observers believe that if US and China can crack a trade deal, then it benefits India as well. I'm coming to you, Geeta, in a moment, because Donald Trump also spoke about India. He praised Prime Minister Modi, said he was a tough leader, but at the same time claimed credit once again for the Indo-Pak ceasefire after Operation Sindoor. Let's listen in for a moment to what Donald Trump actually said about the Prime Minister.
You're fighting with India. And, two nuclear nations. And they said, no, you should let us fight. They both said that. They're warring. They're strong people, I'll tell you what. Prime Minister Modi is the nicest looking guy. He says, and he looks like you'd like to have your father, like, he's a killer. He's tough as hell. No, we will fight. I said, whoa, this is the same man that I know. But after a little while, and they're good people, and after literally 2 days, they called up and they said, we understand, and they stopped fighting. How is that? Isn't that amazing? Now, you think Biden would have done that? I don't think so. Most people wouldn't have thought of it, but, they wouldn't have thought of it.
Very quickly, Geeta, how is that being seen now in India at the moment, in Delhi? Because Donald Trump blows hot and cold with India. Is there a sign, as I said earlier, that if China strikes a deal with America, then it perhaps paves the way for a full-blown trade deal with India as well?
On the contrary, Rajdeep, I think if there is a US-China deal in the offing or inching closer, then it could spell trouble for India, because the United States of America needs China more than it needs India. India needs American markets, so it could spell a lot of trouble for India. Having said that, the Indian circuit is looking at this as yet another repetition by Donald Trump. This time around, also not a great impression of Prime Minister Modi that he did. So not very kindly, but also very close watch on what's going to happen in South Korea and Busan.
Okay. Geeta Mohan joining us with the very latest. We'll keep a close eye on that big meeting between Donald Trump and President Xi and its fallout here on New Delhi.